Module number 9, the mind-body connection. Power of the mind. Dr. James Gordon said, "The brain and peripheral nervous system, the endocrine and immune systems, and indeed all the organs of our body, and all the emotional responses we have, share a common chemical language and are constantly communicating with one another. Our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes can positively or negatively affect our biological functioning. In other words, our minds can affect how healthy our bodies are. On the other hand, what we do with our physical body, what we eat, how much we exercise, even our posture, can impact our mental state, again, positively or negatively. This results in a complex interrelationship between our minds and our bodies." So what is the mind? It's important to note that mind is not synonymous with brain. Instead, in our definition, the mind consists of mental states such as thoughts, emotions, beliefs, attitudes, and images. The brain is the hardware that allows us to experience these mental states. Mental states can be fully conscious or unconscious. We can have emotional reactions to situations without being aware of why we are reacting. Each mental state has a physiology associated with it, a positive or negative effect felt in the body. For example, the mental state of anxiety causes you to produce stress hormones. Many mind-body therapies focus on becoming more conscious of mental states and using this increased awareness to guide our mental states in a better, less destructive direction. History. What is the history of mind-body connection? Well, awareness of the mind-body connection is by no means new. Until approximately 300 years ago, virtually every system of medicine throughout the world treated the mind and body as a whole. But during the 17th century, the Western world started to see the mind and body as two distinct entities. In this view, the body was kind of like a machine, complete with replaceable independent parts, with no connection whatsoever to the mind. This Western viewpoint had definite benefits, acting as the foundation for advances in surgery, trauma care, pharmaceuticals, and other areas of allopathic medicine. However, it also greatly reduced scientific inquiry into humans' emotional and spiritual life, and downplayed their innate ability to heal. In the 20th century, this view gradually started to change. Researchers began to study the mind-body connection and scientifically demonstrate complex links between the body and mind. Integrative psychiatrist James Lake of Stanford University writes that extensive research has confirmed the medical and mental benefits of meditation, mindfulness training, yoga, and other mind-body practices. For centuries, healers have pondered the connection between mental and physical health. In recent years, science has begun to recognize the powerful connections through which emotional, spiritual, and behavioral factors can directly affect health outcomes. As research in the field of mind-body medicine is finding, emotions and thought patterns can contribute to imbalances within the body, and therapies like hypnosis, visual imagery, meditation, yoga, and biofeedback are being used to reestablish balance and promote health. The beliefs you hold about yourself and the world, your emotions, your memories, and your habits all can influence mental and physical health. These connections between what is going on in your mind and heart and what is happening in your body form the psycho-emotional roots of health and disease. Let's take a closer look. The mind-body connection happens on both a physical and chemical level. The brain is the hardware that allows you to experience mental states that are labeled the mind. This concept of the mind encompasses mental states, including thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, and emotions. Different mental states can positively or negatively affect biological functioning. This occurs since the nervous, endocrine, and immune systems share a common chemical language, which allows constant communication between the mind and body through messengers like hormones and neurotransmitters. For example, neurological pathway connects parts of the brain that process emotions with the spinal cord, muscles, cardiovascular system, and digestive tract. This allows major life events, stressors, or emotions to trigger physical symptoms. You may have experienced this aspect of the mind-body connection when you feel butterflies in your stomach when you're nervous, or when your heart feels like it is pounding out of your chest when you are under intense stress. These intersecting systems help to establish the mind-body connection that influences the maintenance of health or the development of disease. For example, emotions like anxiety can trigger increased stress hormones, which may suppress the immune system and set the stage for the development of infections or cancer. Vibration. Thoughts and emotions also carry vibrations that impact your biochemical, cellular, and overall physiological state. At a physical level, the body is made up of atoms and water, which are in a constant state of motion. The type of movement or frequency at which atoms within a cell vibrate creates a form of wave energy that influences their structure and function. Science demonstrates that thoughts, words, and feelings can change the crystal structure of water in cells, which can change their function. Positive, kind, and inspiring thoughts and emotions vibrate in harmony with your cells since they share a similar frequency that allows them to function optimally. In fact, one study has found that the type of vibrations or energy pattern that are carried by certain words and intentions are able to cause physical changes in DNA structure, which affect how the genetic code is translated to make different proteins that become the building blocks of your body. This may explain why techniques like affirmations and hypnotherapy can have such strong effects on the human body. Often your thoughts are also expressed as words, which carry these energetic vibrations and are then put into action as repeated habits and behaviors that further impact health. Emotion. Emotions like anger, fear, guilt, anxiety, sadness, resentment, jealousy, depression, and stress can manifest within the body and contribute to imbalance and disease. For example, you are likely already familiar with the way that fear can contribute to digestive upset, or how tension can lead to headaches. When you experience emotional states like sadness, joy, or anger, physiological sensations occur in different areas of your body. Scientists have created maps of emotion showing areas of the body that are activated when study participants experience different emotions. This connection is multidirectional. Emotional expressions affect the way you behave and the physiology within your body. In the other direction, your perception of these emotionally triggered bodily changes also influences your consciously felt emotions. Stuck or repressed emotions appear to be especially harmful to physical health. One study showed that people who repress their emotions are more likely to have disruptions in the normal balance of the stress hormone cortisol compared to people who freely express emotion. Over time, chronic psychological stress can change the way the body functions at a hormonal and immunologic level, contributing to the development and progression of cancer and cardiovascular disease. For example, studies show that having imbalances in the way that the nervous system regulates the overall stress response, such as producing too high or too low levels of stress hormones like cortisol and epinephrine, adrenaline, may predict early deaths in patients with metastatic breast cancer. Hans Christian Andersen said, "Just living is not enough. One must have sunshine, freedom, and a little flower." Mind, body, soul, return to focus, lifestyle changes. An example of how far mind-body medicine has come over the past 3 decades is the success story of Dean Ornish, clinical professor of medicine at the University of California, San Francisco, and founder, president, and director of the Preventive Medicine Research Institute in Sausalito. When he claimed in the early 1980s that heart disease could be prevented and even reversed with lifestyle changes, a combination of a very low-fat vegetarian diet meditation or yoga, moderate exercise, stress management, and social support, he wasn't treated seriously by mainstream medicine until studies confirmed its efficacy. Today, Ornish's program has been adopted in many mainstream cardiovascular clinics throughout the USA, and he continues to research whether his program can help prevent heart disease in patients with type 2 diabetes, as well as halt the progression of prostate cancer. An increasing number of U.S. medical schools and centers now have departments devoted to mind-body research, and some also to mind-body treatment, including Harvard University, Columbia University, the University of California in Los Angeles, and the University of Pittsburgh. This now interdisciplinary research field, which also includes behavioral medicine, is often called psychoneuroimmunology or psychoendoneuroimmunology, and incorporates ideas, belief systems, hopes, and desires, as well as biochemistry, physiology, and anatomy. Several factors have driven this steady growth. Most prominent is patients' increasing interest in self-care, wellness, and alternative methods, and their concomitant dissatisfaction with the success of allopathic medicine in preventing and treating chronic illness. The consumer demand for and use of complementary and alternative medicine has also prompted the U.S. government to become involved. In 1992, under pressure from consumers and with the help of Ohio Congressman Tom Harkin, an alternative medicine enthusiast, Congress mandated the National Institute of Health to open an Office of Alternative Medicine, or OAM, and gave it a U.S. $2 million budget. Not everyone at NIH was happy about this. But consumer demand was enthusiastic. When OAM was founded, more than 1/3 of Americans said they used relaxation techniques in imagery, biofeedback, and hypnosis, and more than 50% used prayer as a complementary or alternative therapy. Since 1992, government funding has increased markedly. In 2005, the NIH's National Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine funded more than 1,200 projects at about 260 institutions. Since 2000, its efforts have focused on understanding the mechanisms of action of various mind-body therapies, including the placebo effect. In its new 5-year strategic plan, Director Stephen Strauss designated additional funding for mind-body research into a range of diseases, including an ongoing clinical trial that is examining the use of meditation for weight loss, health, and well-being enhancement in obese men and women. Overall, NCCAM's 2006 budget was $122 million, with about $16 million designated for research in mind-body medicine. An increasing number of U.S. medical schools and centers now have departments devoted to mind-body research, and some also to mind-body treatment. Mind-Body USA research investment. Until the 1970s, mind-body research was uncommon. While there was a feeling that mind-body interventions might be important, there was also anxiety that they might come to overshadow NIMH priorities of psychotherapy and psychopharmacology at the time. Many scientists who became interested in the field were met with skepticism and even derision from the scientific mainstream. Even discussing how emotions might impact the body was taboo. When the Mind-Body Medical Institute at Harvard University was founded in 1994, things changed. Research took place, fellowships to train physicians in techniques, and acceptance with the scientific proof took place. Therapies. Related to mind-body therapies are therapies that use the body to affect the mind. Ultimately, mind-body and body-mind therapies are interrelated. The body affects the mind, which in turn impacts the body and the mind. These types of therapies include patient support groups, cognitive behavioral therapy, meditation, prayer, creative arts therapies, yoga, biofeedback, tai chi, qigong, relaxation, hypnosis, and guided imagery. Balance. One of the guiding principles of mind-body medicine is the interconnection of all things, including the mind, the body, and the environment in which we live. Each of us is an inseparable part of an infinite field of intelligence, and in this very moment, with every breath, we are exchanging millions of atoms with the universe. From this holistic perspective, health isn't merely the absence of disease or symptoms. It is a state of optimal well-being, vitality, and wholeness. We are healthy when we're able to fully digest everything we take in, extracting what is nourishing and eliminating whatever doesn't serve us. This includes our food, our relationships, our jobs, and all our life experiences. Illness, in contrast, develops when there is a disruption, a blockage in the flow of energy and information in our body-mind. Symptoms and sickness are the body's signal that we need to restore balance, eliminate whatever is causing the blockages, and reestablish the healthy flow of intelligence. Since the body and mind are inextricably connected, every time we have a thought, we set off a cascade of cellular reactions in our nervous system that influence all the molecules in our body. Our cells are constantly observing our thoughts and being changed by them. Reinforcement for this is when we see a man in a toxic work environment who has incapacitating headaches that don't respond to medication. A woman deciding to no longer accept her boyfriend's demeaning behavior, and her debilitating panic attacks mysteriously subside. Cultivating balance. Take time each day to quiet your mind and meditate. Establish a healthy dialogue between our thoughts and our molecules helps us to shift from imbalance to balance. And when we're in an optimal state of dynamic balance, we naturally tend to listen to our body with love and reverence and make choices that support balance, happiness, and well-being. The following 7 mind-body prescriptions will help you create the positive feedback loop. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools for restoring balance to our mind-body. In meditation, you experience a state of restful awareness in which your body is resting deeply while your mind is awake though quiet. In the silence of awareness, the mind lets go of old patterns of thinking and feeling and learns to heal itself. Scientific research on meditation is accelerating with the growing awareness of its numerous benefits, including a decrease in hypertension, heart disease, anxiety, depression, insomnia, and addictive behaviors. A groundbreaking study by the Massachusetts General Hospital found that as little as 8 weeks of meditation not only helped people feel calmer, but also produced changes in various areas of the brain, including growth in the areas associated with memory, empathy, sense of self, and stress regulation. Meditation brings us home to the peace of present moment awareness and gives us an experience of profound relaxation that dissolves fatigue and long-standing stresses. In our experience of the Chopra Center, the most powerful benefits of meditation come from having a regular, daily practice. Each day, eat a healthy diet. Next to breathing, eating is our most vital bodily function. To create a healthy body and mind, our food must be nourishing. Ideal nutrition comes from consuming a variety of foods that are appropriately prepared and eaten with awareness. Focus on eating a variety of fresh and freshly prepared foods while eliminating or at least limiting items that are canned, frozen, microwaved, or highly produced. These are dead foods that weaken health and accelerate aging. Move your body. Engage in daily exercise. Regular exercise offers incredible benefits for your body and mind. Doctors William Evans and Erwin Rosenberg from Tufts University have documented the powerful effect of exercise on many of the biomarkers of aging, including muscle mass, strength, aerobic capacity, bone density, and cholesterol. Not only does exercise help the body young, but it also keeps the body vital and promotes emotional well-being. In his book Spark, The Revolutionary New Science of Exercise in the Brain, Harvard University professor John Ratey, MD, describes research showing that physical activity sparks biological changes that increase the brain's ability to learn, adapt, and perform other cognitive tasks. Exercise can reverse the detrimental effects of stress and lift depression. A complete fitness program includes exercises to develop flexibility, cardiovascular conditioning, and strength training. Find an aerobic activity that you enjoy and will be able to do 3 to 4 times a week for 20 to 30 minutes. After your body is warmed up, spend 5 to 10 minutes stretching. Be sure to include strength training in your program to systematically exercise the major muscle groups of your body. The key is to start off slow, find physical activities you like, and then do them regularly. You will be surprised how quickly you increase your endurance and enthusiasm for moving and breathing. Take time for restful sleep. Restful sleep is essential to having health and vital energy. When you're well rested, you can approach stressful situations more calmly, yet sleep is so often neglected or underemphasized. There's even a tendency for people to boast about how little sleep they can get by on. In reality, over time, inadequate sleep disrupts the body's innate balance, weakens our immune system, and contributes to weight gain and depression and speeds up the aging process. Human beings generally need between 6 and 8 hours of restful sleep each night. Restful sleep means that you're not using pharmaceuticals or alcohol to get to sleep, but that you're drifting off easily once you turn off the light and are sleeping soundly through the night. If you feel energetic and vibrant when you wake up, you had a night of restful sleep. If you feel tired and unenthusiastic, you haven't. You can get the highest quality sleep by keeping your sleep cycles in tune with the rhythms of the universe, such as circadian rhythms. If people can commit to a consistent sleep ritual, they can usually retrain their mind to experience healthy sleep patterns. Release emotional toxins. Many of us harbor emotional toxicity in the form of unprocessed anger, hurt, or disappointment. This unprocessed residue from the past contributes to toxicity in our body, and it needs to be eliminated. You can begin by asking yourself, what am I holding on to from the past that is no longer serving me in the present? Once you have identified what you want to release, spend some time journaling about how your life would be different when you change. Then you can do a specific releasing ritual that declares to yourself and to the world that you are letting go of whatever it is you've been holding on to. Cultivate loving relationships. Research shows that a good social support network has numerous physical and mental health benefits. It can keep you from feeling lonely, isolated, or inadequate, and if you feel good about yourself, you can deal with stress better. Friends and loved ones can be a good source of advice and suggest new ways of handling problems, but they can also be an excellent distraction from what's bothering you. If your network of friends is small, think about volunteering, joining an outdoor activities group, or trying an online meetup group to make new friends. Enjoy a good belly laugh at least once a day. From the scientific perspective, laughter is an elegant mind-body phenomenon that reduces the production of stress hormone and boosts the immune system. Researchers in Japan found that people with rheumatoid arthritis who watched Rakugo, a comic storytelling experienced a significant decrease in their pain and stress hormone levels, as well as an increase in immunity. You will find that many of the practices are repeated throughout this program because they enhance, strengthen, and build on each other. For every life-enhancing habit you add to your daily activity, you'll see a snowball effect of mind-body benefits.